worship except Allah, only Him, no associate for Him, and I bear witness Muhammad, His messenger and His servant. O Allah, give good praise upon Muhammad and the family of Muhammad. If gave good praise upon Abraham and the family of Abraham. O Allah, bless upon Muhammad and the family of Muhammad, and bless upon Abraham and the family of Abraham. Very most worthy of praises, most exalted in glory. Today, inshallah, we'll continue with our topic, the book Don't Be Sad. Before that, inshallah, I want to congratulate all of you, all of us, inshallah, about having the Eid Mubarak, alayna wa alaykum. May Allah Ta'ala bless for our life for whole this year, inshallah, and may Allah Ta'ala accept all the good deeds that we did during the 10 days of Zulhijjah. Amin. Okay. Today, inshallah, we'll continue. The sound is quite loud. Today, we'll continue, inshallah. The last topic we were saying about was the travel throughout the white earth. Me to be happy, you have to travel a lot. Alhamdulillah, you all travel a lot. From your country to Egypt and now to Malaysia. This actually, that is the first one. Then after that, we look into the saying of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Few saying of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam that is actually really helping us to understand or to overcome our sadness when you know about whatever Allah Ta'ala have predestined for us. And we know that the believers, whenever being tested by Allah, is actually for the sake of Allah Ta'ala want to clean him or her from any sin, and Allah Ta'ala want to grant him or her a better rank in His sight, so that you don't lose anything when you are being tested by Allah. It's actually to elevate your rank by the side of Allah. Okay, today inshallah we'll continue in the last moment of life. In the last moment of life. This is actually the thing that really help us who actually still living and having full in our life to hear or listen to those who passing through the last moment of life. What we can learn from them. Because sometimes when you just look into the life that is going on, we don't know that the last moment of life will make you realize the real purpose of life and what is the real happiness that you should already taken before. But before we go to that for ourselves, then we learn from others. Okay. He said here, in the last moment of life, Abu Rayhan al-Bayrum was a prolific thinker and writer whose pen rarely left his hand. Always writing. Ever he think, he write. That is actually thing that we should be. But this day with the handphone and everything, we are rarely to write. Even our writing become ugly. I don't know why. Our writing become ugly because we always, typing with our finger, with our all fingers, with laptop, just to thumb. So the skill of writing, we are losing it actually. This is the skill of writing. And we're holding pen these days with our children. When we give them the gadget so much, they couldn't even hold the pen correctly because they always play with the gadget. But writing is so important in Islam because we know that Allah Ta'ala, Allah, the All Great, the Almighty, said in the Quran, the first revelation that Allah Ta'ala sent to the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was the 5 ayah of Surah Al-Alaq. Allah Ta'ala said, Iqra bismi rabbikal ladhi khalaq. Read by the name of your Lord who created. Khalaqal insana min alaq, who created human from the lump of blood, a clotted blood. Iqra wa rabbukal akram. Recite, read, and your Lord is the most great. Alladhi allama bil qalam. That taught by the pen. The pen. Allamal insana ma lam ya'lam. Who taught human whatever they don't know. So it is actually something that we can see the importance of writing. The importance of writing. Whatever pass in your mind, you write. Whatever you said something, you write. You have anything in Islam being taught to us, even during our trading or buying or selling, if we can write it down, because that is the most thing that if anything happen, any reputation between you and the other party, you will go into your writing. You know that is there. That is there from the start. So it's important, but from the Surah Al-Alaq, it's more general than that. Even the knowledge that we learn today, we didn't go to the Arctic. We didn't circle the earth. But we can know about people, it's actually before the time of audio visual and the internet, by reading. You know about the culture of people in China, the Japanese, the Arabs, the Inuit people. All of them, you are just by reading. The people who experience firsthand, they wrote something and you learn. This guy, Abu Rayyan al-Bayrum, he's actually being said here, he doesn't left his hand from the pen. Always the pen inside his hand. So he lived to right age, means that so to the age of really old, of 78, and throughout his life he never unnecessarily took a break from reading, writing and teaching. Always do something like that. When I was in Yemen, actually I remember my teachers, most of them are like that. They don't want to take a break from teaching or learning or reading. Always, continuously. Like one of my teacher was when I was in Yemen, Dr. Abdul Karim Zaidan, rahimahullah, Allah have mercy upon him. He's the renowned writer in Islam. His book is being used in UIA, UM for Islamic studies. They will learn his book. He actually is so old. When I was in Yemen, he was over 80 years old. But still continuing want to come to classes to teach. Even his eye is not really that good. He cannot wear normal glasses except inside the room. His eye cannot bear the light of the sun, because he was being tortured during the time of Saddam Hussein. Saddam Hussein, the president, he was tortured. But anyway, Dr. Abdul Zaidan, when he was being told to take a rest, he said, I want to die teaching. I don't want to die on my bed, just like that. Continuously. He wrote many things. Most of us, after we reach a certain degree of certificate of studies, we stop from reading. Because as if everything is inside here. This is not the case for those scholars. The other one is Sheikh Muhammad ibn Ismail al-Imrani, the deputy mufti of Yemen. He became the deputy because he doesn't want to be the mufti. Every time they push his name to become the mufti, he reject. So I will be the deputy. I will not be the mufti. But he actually so knowledgeable. When he was teaching us, he was 90 plus years old and not losing any information. The only thing that his body, the doctor said, rest. You already reached this age. He will wake in the morning to teach after Salat, after the Salat of Fajr. He have a class. After Asar, he have a class. During day, he will go to the universities to teach. And after Maghrib, he have a class. He always like that, continuously. continuously. So those people actually, because like being said here, because to know, to have the knowledge, you should not, make an excuse to not to read. And these days, Alhamdulillah, Allah Ta'ala make the gadget that you have can be stored inside it all the books that you want. 1,000, maybe if I'm not exaggerating, millions of books you can put inside the memory card. But people will always look at the TikTok, somebody dancing, cat smiling, dog barking. That is the thing that people will always, like this. The finger is like this. La ilaha illallah is good, but to do this only on your phone is not good. Just like that. Because you don't learn. Because the skill, you lose the skill. So writing is actually the best. Anyway, this scholar, Abu Rayhan Al-Bayrum, he actually being known like that. Always, never take a break from reading, writing and teaching. Abu Hassan Ali bin Isa said, this one of his student or his companion, telling the story about his last moment of life. When he was at the verge of death, what happened to him? He said, I visited Abu Rayhan when he was on his deathbed. Upon entering, I immediately recognized that he was on the verge of living his life. No, this guy is about to die. While in that state, he said to me that there was an issue in Islamic inheritance law that we have discussed the last time, and the last time we met, and I had said something that he now realized it was a mistake. You want to die, you're still thinking about the thing that you discuss about knowledge of Islam. You're about to die, but you are thinking about that. So he actually, I feel compassion for him. So Abu Hassan Ali bin Isa, he was compassionate to this sheikh. He doesn't want the sheikh to thinking about the problem of jurisprudence or fiqh during his death. Why should you thinking about this? You should think about the forgiveness of Allah, what you want to get from Allah. You have to have that. So I feel compassionate. He said compassionate for him, for him, and I asked him if it was proper for a time for him to discuss something like this with him being so ill. You are so ill. Why do you want to discuss about this? He answered, I know that I am leaving this world, but don't you think it is better for me to understand the issue in question than be ignorant of it? It's not better if I know the problem rather than I don't know. Don't you think it's better I know about it? I then repeated. So Abu Hassan Ali bin Isa said, I then repeated for him the issue, and he started to explain it to me. After we finished one conversation, I left and upon exiting, I heard a scream, and I know that he had died. It is only lofty sound like his that remain strong right until the end. Means the sound of his saying is so clear, talking to me about the problem until his death. But when he heard somebody cry, it's something that actually in our life is a normal thing. But wailing during the death is haram. The Prophet ﷺ forbid that. Niyahah or wailing during death. But some culture, Wallahu Alam, I remember when I was in Sudan, even if you actually look into our society, the Indian community, they will have to cry like that. They will have to wail. Oh my God, what happened? They have to be like that to show, to even actually not the family, those who came to visit the family of the deceased will do that. Something in the culture is not from Islam. Even the Prophet ﷺ did say about that. This is actually from Jahiliyah. But anyway, the sound of crying maybe being heard by Abu Hassan Ali bin Isa when he was coming out. He know that the person Abu Rayhan al-Bayrumi already died. Okay. When Omar, that is one thing. That is about him. And also when Omar bin Khattab, this is another story. You know, the verge of death, still thinking about the ruling of Islam. The ruling of Islam about this is halal or this is haram. And Omar was bleeding to death after being stabbed. He asked his companion whether he had completed the prayer or not. Ibrahim bin Abu Jarir said, Abu Yusuf. Okay, that is the other one. Okay, so Umar bin Khattab, actually when he was in the verge of death, you know, his stomach was being stabbed by Abu Lulu al-Majusi, a person from the land of Majus. He actually as a slave for Mughirah bin Shu'bah. He was working, but there's some dispute between him and his master. So Umar actually make a ruling. He doesn't like Umar, maybe because Umar bin Khattab is the one that crushed the kingdom of Persia. So until today, we can learn, we can hear the same words coming from some of the people in Persia that actually originated from Iran or Iraq. They hate Umar bin Khattab. They really hate Umar bin Khattab. Maybe because Umar, the one that crushed their kingdom. Because after, the Prophet did say in Sahih Bukhari, when the king of Persia being defeated, there will no king anymore. The Caesar of Rome also, when he was defeated, will not be Caesar anymore. And their wealth or their possession will be used to spread Islam in the way of Allah. And Sahih Bukhari been said like that. So anyway, Umar bin Khattab is one that making it as a realization. So this, hate him. So the guy that stabbed Umar was a blacksmith. Abu Lu'ah al-Majusi was blacksmith working in Medina. So one morning during the 23rd year of Hijrah, during Salat al-Fajr, Umar bin Khattab became the imam and start to do the Takbir Allahu Akbar. Then this guy come and stab his stomach. Not only stab, open out his stomach. Umar fell down. When the doctor came to him, want to know what happened to him, so he gave Umar bin Khattab milk for him to drink. He drank the milk and the milk come out from his gut. So the doctor said, we cannot do anything anymore during that time. And the knife was poisoned. So Umar bin Khattab, during that time, the first thing, he was in the verge of death. The first thing he said at that time, does all the others already prayed? Or did I finish my prayer? Even he actually thinking about his doing. Another thing, even in another story, he saw a young man coming to him while his robe or his thawb was touching the ground. So Umar is saying, because those people coming to him to greet him, to condolence him, to thank him for what he did. For 10 years, he become the caliph, 13 to 23rd. So one man, a young man, came with a robe touching the ground. You know, Umar said to him, Ya Bunai, oh my son, lift up your robe. Don't let it touch the ground. Because for men, the Prophet ﷺ forbid to, isbal. Lower than your ankle should not be like that. It be above the ankle. So Umar, during his verge of death, still talking about that. Telling this is right, this is wrong, even though he was about to die. He was about to die. He died 3 days after the stabbing. After the incident, 3 days after that. So he's still talking to people to do this and that. The ruling. He doesn't stop. That is the thing. The verge of death, he was still thinking his responsibility. As a Muslim, as good as the best ummah in the world. Allah Ta'ala said in the Quran, in Surah Al-Imran, verse number 110, Kuntum khaira ummatin ukhrijat linnas. You are the best nation that being produced to all humankind. What is your attributes? The first one, ta'muruna bil ma'ruf. You're actually telling, you telling people, commanding to the goodness. Wa tanhauna 'anil munkar, and will stop, or you will remind people from doing the munkar, the not good, the evil. So the thing is, that is our attributes. Some people will say that the Muslim are really, busybody. Always talking about this halal, this haram. Take care of yourself. Some people will say that. But in Islam, that is our attributes. Because of that, the companion, the prophets, the messengers, the companion after our Prophet Muhammad SAW is doing their works in spreading Islam, in teaching the religion. They don't just stay, Alhamdulillah, I'm already old, 55 is the age of working, or maybe 60. Now, I have to rest. They don't have that. Still ongoing to teaching people the goodness. Because actually, for you to think about your life after death, whatever left from your life, you should actually make it fruitful or beneficial. You don't just think, oh, I want to die, so despair, don't do anything. What is the good? Remember the hadith the Prophet ﷺ said, is the day of the judgment already come. And in the hand of one of you, there's a seed. Then if you can, plant it before the dust day come, do it. Even though he said, who will eat the fruit? The fruit will be destroyed along with the earth. The fruit will be destroyed along with the earth, along with all this world. But the fruit is inside the seed is inside your hand. Is from Adab al-Mufrad. Al-Bukhari narrated this hadith in Adab al-Mufrad. That you must plant it. Even though you don't know it's not fruitful for you. Nobody will eat. If now you plant a tree, or during childhood you plant a tree, the tree will be big and you can see the fruit. You'll be happy. Some people, I remember, from among the Malays, durian. You know durian? Have you eaten durian? No, not yet. Abu Shawkah. Abu Shawkah. Not hab-hab. Alladhi yakunu alayhi kathir shawk. It. Okay. They have the ra'yah qawiyah. Okay. This tree will take normally 20 years to have a fruit. 15 years if early. 10 years miracle. Normally when you plant this tree, you have to wait 20 to 30 years to get the fruit. So some of us, when they want to plant the tree, they will discuss what tree is, the shortest period you can get the fruit. Maybe mango around 5 years. Mango, 5 years, you get the fruit. But durian, you have to take a long time for that. So some of them doesn't want to plant it. He said, why should I plant it? I cannot eat. I'm already 50. Add up 20 years, 70. When you are 70 years old, the taste bud that you have, the smell, the smelling, your nose will not be really that strong. You cannot, enjoy the fruit when as you are in young age. So some people said, why should I plant? But like being said, you should not feel despair. When we listen to this story about Omar, about Abu Rayhan, they actually, during the verge of death, the time is so little, they're still using it to benefit, to gather reward from Allah. Gather reward from Allah. Whatever you can, do it. Don't say that I am going to die. I don't want to listen to anything of this world anymore. No. Still thinking about that. Even the Prophet ﷺ, when he was actually sick during 2 weeks before his death, when he started to tell Abu Bakr to be the imam for congregation or Salat Jama'ah. He tell Abu Bakr to be the imam. He actually was passing, fainting. Try to before he told Abu Bakr to be the imam, he tried to get up to be the imam, to lead the prayer, but he cannot bear to stand up. Whenever he start to stand up, he start to fall down and faint. And he rests a little. When he woke up from his fainting, he said, "Asallan nas." Thus all the people already prayed. Then his wife said, "No, they are waiting for you." Then he start to do ablution, take a bath and do the ablution, and start to come out again and faint again. The third or the fourth time, then he said, "Tell Abu Bakr to be the imam." But actually the thinking that the first thing that the Prophet ﷺ will say to them is about, are they prayed already? Because of that, Umar also asked the same question. You are actually going to die, you're thinking about others. This is the thing, because even the little time that you have, make it beneficial. Don't lose reward from Allah. Okay? He said here, Ibrahim bin Ibn Jarrah said, Abu Yusuf became sick and was vacillating between wakefulness and unconsciousness. Abu Yusuf, that mentioned here, if I'm not mistaken, is the student of Abu Hanifah. Abu Hanifah have a student, the prominent student named Abu Yusuf, Qadi Abu Yusuf. Whenever Abu Hanifah, the Imam, Nu'man ibn Thabit, whenever his knowledge being transmitted to others, there are 3 persons that is actually known to learn from him directly, and actually the one that becomes source of his knowledge. The first one is Abu Yusuf, or the Abu Yusuf. The second one is Muhammad bin Hassan Al-Shaybani, and the third one is a guy named Zufur. These 3 are the narrator of the saying of Abu Hanifah. So he said here, Abu Yusuf became sick and was vacillating between wakefulness and unconsciousness. When he regained consciousness, he asked me about religion issues. When he conscious, he start to ask things about religion issues. Sometimes say that, why are you thinking here? But he still. And when he saw the wonder with which I received his question, he said to me, no matter, we will study this issue in the hope that the knowledge of this perpetuates until it's become a cause of saving someone. Means that we discuss it until this matter can be helping others. Still thinking about others. What will happen to others if he doesn't discuss about that. Okay, we discuss it until it become something that can help others. Because he was a judge. Qadi Abu Yusuf, he hold the position as a judge in Baghdad at his time. So it's known, even actually the end during his death, Imam Ahmad bin Hanbal was alive at that time. I was saying about his story because people know about him. He's a prominent student of Abu Hanifah. This is how our pious predecessor were. Our Salafus Saleh, the predecessor that passed us, who are pious, they are really hoping to be in the good side of by Allah. They always do like this. You can see all of them essentially will not left out their life except to be fulfilled, filling with goodness, even at the verge of death. They don't want to waste the time, because like being said by the Prophet sallam, wala yazidul muslim mu'mini al-umr illa khaira. That a good person, a believer, the life that he have will always become fulfilling for goodness, even a minute, even an hour. Because of that, we know that we are not being encouraged to ask for death. Any problem you have, don't ask, oh Allah, make me die. Don't say something like that. Because the life that you have is the opportunity for you to gather more and abundant goodness. Even a minute, even a second. You don't waste your time. You don't hope for the time to be end and you die. No. Because you know that you have a goal after death. After this life, you have a goal that you can achieve greatly when you fulfill everything here. Okay? This is how our pious predecessor were. Every time they revive while yet being on their deathbed, they would talk about Islamic knowledge. They talk about Islamic knowledge, either as a teacher or as a student. They always want to gather more knowledge, want to know more, or to teach things that is actually related to to the things that actually they are master in. There is jurisprudence in the topic of Tawheed. Every time they will not let go of their time waste. How precious we know the knowledge was knowledge for to their hearts. How precious knowledge to their heart. In the last moment of their life, they remembered neither family nor wealth. They don't think about, oh, my wife, oh, my daughter, oh, my son, oh, my estate, oh, my house. No, they remember about things that related to religion, because they love religion so much. So they don't think about, oh, what will happen to my children after my death. They don't think about that. Because if you really think, everybody have their provision. You are worried to those who you left after your death. But the problem is they have already been channeled their provision by Allah. You have your provision, everybody have their provision. And Allah is the one that holding all the kingdom in this world. The sky, the heaven, and the earth. Everything is under His care. So why should you concern about something that Allah is caring for it? Allah Ta'ala said in the last ayah of Surah in the last ayah of Ayatul Kursi, وَلَا يَؤُودُهُ حِفْظُهُمَا. And it's not tiring Him care of the heaven and the earth. He's not being tired, not become tired of taking care of everything. So why should you worry about that? Worry about your the thing that actually matter to you. That is the best. Okay. In the, neither family, no wealth. They only remembered the knowledge that was toil of their life. May Allah have mercy upon them. May Allah have mercy upon them. If you know this, you can understand that they actually thinking about the best thing for the religion. It's not thinking about their own self. You think about yourself, you go away, I don't want to listen. But they actually answering, questioning. In last the verge of death, they're still thinking about the matter of the nation, the ummah. Because they said, like being said by Abu Yusuf, if we can discuss it until it becomes something that can save somebody, that is better. Because you know that a judge, if he wrongly make a decision, it may cost a life of a person. Wrongly put his decision can cost a life of a person. So he said, why shouldn't we discuss it until it becomes something that can save a life of a person? Okay, see there. Okay, do not let calamity shake you. Okay, when you are actually in the verge of death, your sickness, somebody being tested with cancer and everything, they actually become sick, and you know that when the doctor give some drugs to the patient that having difficulty of breathing, because they say that the person is really in pain. Because of that, they give the dose of morphine or something like that. It's just to ease up their sickness. But the thing that all of us must remember, when you be given the drugs, you are not conscious anymore. You'll be in the verge of reality, and you don't know which one is reality. Maybe somebody is sitting by you, you can speak to them, but you thought it's actually not a real thing. So I remember my friend said to me that because his sister was being given morphine during her death, so he said to me to say to everybody that when their family will be given the morphine, make the person to say shahadah first. Make the person to say shahadah first, because the after that you cannot say anything to that person. You not listen. You know, like we say the drug addict, when they are in the verge of their unconsciousness, actually they cannot listen to you. You talk to them, they cannot listen. It's so actually difficult. We want to save them or to ease up their pain. But by the drugs, they will not be conscious. You cannot say anything to them. They will start to, feel, doesn't have any conscious. Thinking around. I don't know whether the flower is there. But the thing about the drugs is actually to be like that. So any of our family members, when they have this kind of treatment, before they've been given the drug, please ask them to pronounce the shahada first, then being given to that. Because after that, is actually he or she is not like a thinking person anymore. You cannot say anything to that person. You cannot listen. Because the drug is to ease up the pain, but the consciousness also went away with the drugs. So the thing is, if somebody is not being given drugs, then the pain will be harsh. I was thinking like sinking. They said that the person, I remember the doctor said, the person that have lung cancer, during the time the cancer is actually eating up, they actually at that time they cannot breathe. It's so hard for them to breathe the air, and because of that, you are giving them the morphine to ease up their pain, just for that. So if you don't give, then the pain is there. So during calamity, he said, do not let calamity shake you. Do not let any disaster, any calamity, any sickness actually shake your position, your holding towards the one that Allah Ta'ala promised you. He said here, Ahmad bin Yusuf wrote that man positively knows that ease come after difficulty. Every time, actually, people know that ease will come after difficulty. You know, like the sun, the bright day come after the darkness of the night. You know, the clear sky after the rain. It's actually things that will be happening. Because of that, you cannot say that Allah never give me anything. Even the most sick person in the world, Allah Ta'ala will give them time to have a smile and laugh. They will have time that will laugh, they smile, enjoy the life, even though they are sick, even though they have a disaster. Because that is the way Allah Ta'ala turning the life of human daily, weekly, yearly is like that. You cannot say that somebody doesn't have anything, any goodness in their life. Allah Ta'ala is turning everything for us. So he said, like we say here, that men positively know, every one of us know that ease comes after difficulty. Just as the light day comes after the dark of night. Like, you know, the darkness, you don't like it, but after that, even in movies, you know, they bring out the ghosts and everything, and after that, the ghost went away. It's not forever. They cannot make the story to become like that all the way. It must be like that because Allah Ta'ala make you to know it like that. It's the way Allah Ta'ala making all the world be behaving. Everything behave like what Allah Ta'ala created them to be. In spite of this knowledge, the weaker part of his nature takes over when calamity strikes. Whenever calamity strikes, you know, the bad part of his nature will take over his mind, his soul. Yeah? He will start to think negatively. A person who goes through trials should take step in remedy his situation, or else hopelessness takes control of him. You know, whenever Allah Ta'ala give you trials, sickness and everything, you have to take the remedy. You don't just, you know, mingle around about the problem. Like if somebody hit your car, you just, what you should do after that. You don't think about, oh my car, what happened to you. You don't cry about that because the position for that is to get the car to be fixed. Move on. You don't stick around that problem all the time. You know, you have sickness, then go take a remedy. Try to get, you know, pills or anything that can help your problem. That is the way everybody should think. You know, you have a problem, get the solution. Because Allah doesn't make this world without any solution. Everything have problem and solution is actually continuously. I remember the Prophet ﷺ did, you know, make a square. Wrote on the ground, a square, and he actually make a line from here going out to the other side. So he said, and in the middle of the line, he start to make a small and large line like that. So he start to say, the square is the life of the human. The line is the human, and the small and the long line is actually the hope of the human and the obstacle that they are having. You know, you are running from hope and obstacle. You want this, the obstacle is this, and after you get it, you want something else. Then there's another obstacle. You want this, another obstacle. But your hope and your life will be on that. But the problem is you don't remember that you will be passing out of this life. You like it or not, even though the problem, the solution is there, you hope the obstacle, but suddenly you will get out of the frame. The frame is not forever, it's not prolonged, it's just like that. You are inside it, inside the frame. And your life is actually between that two things. What you hope, what the obstacle. What you hope, what the obstacle. And so on. But suddenly, you went out of this life. So because of that, you should care about, getting the reward from Allah for everything. Like we said, every obstacle, every difficulties is actually the way Allah Ta'ala want to give you goodness. It's not badness. And Allah Ta'ala want to cleanse you from your sin. Allah Ta'ala want to lift out your rank by His side and giving more reward for you. If you think like that, so everything will be positive until you end out of this world. But if you think that any calamity Allah Ta'ala give me, Allah Ta'ala doesn't love me. He doesn't love me, then He tests me. That is the wrong thing. That the nature that you have, that is the bad nature or bad impression that you have about Allah. Allah Ta'ala never told you about that because He want to test you here to give you reward on the last day. You are not losing anything as long as you hold on to Him. He said here, contemplating the patience of those who were tested in the past in the means of strengthening one's determination. You have to read. Always read about those who already passed, how they overcome or how they face their difficulties. When here in our time, when here we learn about the religion and we heard about some people saying bad things about the religion. In the time of Prophet is more than that. The Quraysh, before they become Muslim, they torture the Prophet ﷺ, they torture his companion, they kill his companion. Just because to say La ilaha illallah. Just because they say La ilaha illallah. So it's not the first time. And Allah Ta'ala, give them rewards after that. Allah Ta'ala make them a great nation after all the difficulties they face during their first encounter with the non-believers. So Allah Ta'ala is giving them, learn about them. Learn about what happened to them. Then you can ease up about your life. You look at somebody else that being tested by Allah and have patience, that will give you a little way for you to ease up yourself from thinking negatively towards Allah. That is the way. So learn about them. Then you know about yourself. This is the way that Allah Ta'ala give for the human. You can learn from others and take lessons without passing the same difficulties that they had. Like I said, you want to know about the world, you can read from people who went throughout the world. Like I remember David Attenborough, one of the renowned nationalists that talk about the earth, about the weather and everything. So BBC always produce his documentary. So this guy, when he actually went the first time to Papua New Guinea and wrote about the birds of paradise. The birds there is so beautiful. And it's actually so weird because they can live inside the jungle without, with the heavy tails that they have, very colorful. It's because in Papua New Guinea, they don't have any predator. No cat, no wild cat, none. Because those birds cannot fly far. But when he actually explained it through the writings, people in the West is so amazed until the video been produced. When we produce by video, you feel more amazed with what he saw before. He wrote first, then people read from his writing. He produced a book, Bird of Paradise. Inside the book, he make a little drawing about what he saw in Papua New Guinea. That is the way we learn. You don't have to buy the ticket to go there. You just listen to a person that went there. That is our capability. This capability that human have is so interesting that the human, like I said before, they can be better than the angel. Because the angel, when they afraid of Allah, because they saw everything, saw the paradise, saw the hell, saw everything, the kingdom of Allah. So any fear that the angels have towards Allah is justified. Logic. Because you saw that, you saw all of that in front of you, why shouldn't you be afraid? But a human have a capability to cry and be afraid of the hellfire even though they didn't see it. You just recite from the hadith, from the Quran, about what will be happening in the last day. You recite it and you feel tremble. That's why in the day of Arafah, few days ago, that is the day that the Prophet ﷺ said, Allah will, brag or boost up in front of the angels. Look at my servant. Look at my servant. All of them came to the field of Arafah. Messy hair, dusty. But they actually cried. Oh Allah, crying. And the crying that they have there and then are all genuine. Fear towards Allah, genuine. Hoping to get paradise, genuine. Asking from Allah, even though they didn't see Allah, it's genuine. So Allah said, look at those people. My servant, look at my servant. They ask this, and they ask this. They ask for protection with me from this, even though they don't see me. They don't see the paradise. They don't see the hellfire. But they are really afraid of all of that. Then Allah said to the angels, be witness that I forgive all of them. All of them. Even the Prophet said, there's no day in the world that many people will be taken out of the hellfire than the day of Arafah. People being released from the hell torment more than the day of Arafah. Why? Because like I said, because those people came there, they're asking from Allah. Full-hearted. Even though, like I said, they didn't see Allah, they didn't see the paradise, they didn't see the hellfire. But they are asking genuinely. This is a capability that we have. Okay, through what? Through learning from being told to us by the Prophet ﷺ inside the Quran and inside the Sunnah. This is the way we are learning. You don't have to pass all the difficulties to gather the information, to have the knowledge. The knowledge you can have from people that already passed that thing that you want to do. You want to learn about the earth. The earth is round. You don't have to buy a ticket to look at it. You don't have to buy the ticket. The people that went outside of our orbit, the orbit of the earth, they took the picture and give it to us. How is the Malaysia Peninsula? It's like that. Did you measure everything? No. Just stay in Selangor or Kuala Lumpur. Just stay there. But when we say to you, how big is the Malaysian Peninsula, or together with the Sabah and Sarawak, how wide is the land? You can give the answer. If you ask to that person who give the answer, you can say, did you measure it by yourself? No. But you gather from the other's knowledge. That is the way that the author want us to recognize here. Because the hardship of those people who pass us already, you can learn from them. You can learn from them, so that it's become as something that will make you ease up and happy to be having that thing. You feel startled by the thing from the start, because you already heard from this guy. Like road, you want to go to somewhere. The person said you will pass seven. In Indonesia, they have a place near Bukit Tinggi, going to the Tasik Maninjau, the house of Hamka. The curvy road, they count how many kilo 44. They say 44 twisty road. If you like to count, you can count, but you don't count it. But already know the how many curvy or turn in that mountain to go to the lake of Maninjau. They said this kilo 40, this place 60. You don't have to count. You can listen to the others. So that is the way you should gather. So about happiness or having calamity, that's the same. When you heard from somebody, you learn from them. That is the way for you to, prepare yourself before the calamity happen to you. He said here, he mentioned later, Ahmad bin Yusuf mentioned later, that hardship before comfort is analogous to hunger before food. Because he mentioned that hardship before comfort is analogous to hunger before food. You want to understand hardship? The analogy. How can you compare? Hardship before comfort is like hunger before food. He said here, food comes at time when it has a greatest effect on the taste bud. Actually when you get the food during hunger, all food become tasty. The best spice for foods are hunger. Everything will be tasty. But when you are eating, while you are full, you start to become picky. I know, this one no. But try to eat when you are hungry. When you are hungry, the best spice to make the food become tasty is not Ajinomoto, not monosodium glutamate, but it is actually the hunger. It becomes so tasty. Okay. He said, Plato said, hardship is as beneficial to the soul as it unwelcome in one life. It's beneficial. The hardship is beneficial. It's like, even though it's actually you unwelcome it in your life, but it is beneficial for you. Comfort is is harmful to soul as it is welcome in the life. Some people say, like Allah Ta'ala said to us in the Quran, in Surah Al-Baqarah, verse number 216. Allah Ta'ala said, Kutiba alaikumul qital, is being ordained upon you the war. Wa huwa kurhul lakum, but it's actually something that being despised by you. You don't like it. Wa asa an takrahu shay'a wa huwa khairul lakum, but maybe you don't like something, it is the best for you. Wa asa an tuhibbu shay'a wa sharrul lakum, but maybe you like something but it's harmful to you. When people say, what is the harmful of the benefit of war? One of the thing is you become a fit person. Always moving, always running. You become healthy. And the easiness of life that we have today is one of the things that people say the obesity is rising. The way of our life is different. Once before, we want to go to the shop, you have to walk. You walk and walk and walk. I remember when I was in Sudan, their country, they don't have many mountain. There's no mountain. You will be like flat earth. Flat. All of it is flat in front of you. Everything is flat. Maybe near Khartoum, there's a mountain called Jabal Awliya, the mountain of saints. We went there for picnic with our fellow friends in our class, but no wali there. No, there's no sin. We didn't make any sin, but they say that the mount is called mountain of saint, wali, Jabal Awliya. So there, we walking around from our hostel to the class is around 1 kilometer. From our class to the door of the university, 2 kilometer. From the door to our friend's house, 1 to 2 kilometer. We are walking just like that. Everybody is healthy. The hardship making you healthy. But now we went back to Malaysia, everything is actually air conditioned. We like the air condition. I actually, when some of our friend turning off, I said, you want to turn off anything? Okay, but for me, this one must be on. Because for me, not for you. But anyway, this thing, something that actually will have effect for your life. The easy, once before in the 80s, at night, you don't find any nasi lemak, no roti canai, no place for you to mingle around. Television stop at 12 o'clock, 12 midnight. No television after that. So you have to sleep. You get the rest, resting. But now, these days, people are not resting. Not resting actually exactly like being given by Allah. Allah Ta'ala make the night for you to rest. But you make the night for you to walk around. So, the thing is, sometimes the easiness will affect your health. The easiness, you don't walk, you don't sweat at all. So, it actually, like we said by Allah about the war. You like it, you don't like it, but maybe it's good for you. And you don't like it, you don't like something, but it's better for you. Allah said in the end of the ayah, Wallahu ya'lamu wa antum la ta'lamun. Allah know, you doesn't know. Allah knows everything, you doesn't know anything. That is the way you understand. Even he said here, the difficulty is actually essential for us. Essential for us. To have difficulties or calamity, it will taught you to become calm. Like, I can share. The first time, when one of my family member died, my mother, in 94, when she died. That's the first time. We don't know what to do, what happened. To engage with that situation. Then after that, one another. Nowadays, it's not about your feeling become numb. You more understanding about the process of life. You will not cry that hard anymore. It become subtle, and you understand that today is their day, and maybe tomorrow is my day. My day will come after them. This world is not forever. We will meet again in the last day. We meet again there, in the day of judgment. We meet again. Our brothers, our sisters, our grandfather, our father, our mothers. We will meet them again. We meet them again. That is the promise that will be given back to us by Allah. So this is the passing place for us. So understanding this only after the calamity. Things happen, then you understand. That a person doesn't have any flat tire before. What to do? You don't know what to do. So you start to cry, call, what to do? You call the tow truck. The tow truck will cheat you, send you to a place that will charge you more than you're supposed to. But the second time happen, you understand what to do. The calamity is essential for you. Calamity is essential for you. For you to know how to deal with the calamity. If it doesn't happen to you at all, then this problem will be there. You become so hard. It's hard for you to face the calamity. When someone begins to understand his purpose in life, he will know that he is being tested, either to gain reward from Allah or to gain atonement for his sin. No, that's the two things. When you understand the purpose of life, you know that whatever befell upon you is either one of the two. Allah Ta'ala want to give reward to you and to lift up your rank, or Allah Ta'ala want to atone from you all your sin, or whatever sin you have. Even the Prophet ﷺ said that the calamity will befell upon a person until he meet Allah, no sin is with him. Meeting Allah, no sin is with him anymore, because Allah Ta'ala cleanse him with all the calamity that happened. But like I said, don't ask for calamity or difficulties. So everything is easy for me. Oh, Allah give me difficulties. That is the problem. A person that doesn't know, they think Allah test whoever He want. Allah forgive whoever He want. That is the way you should understand. Okay. After reading a book written by At-Tanuhi. At-Tanuhi, who is this guy? At-Tanuhi, a scholar is Islam. I thought this is somebody from Japan. At-Tanuhi. I derive 3 conclusions. At-Tanuhi, this person, wait. At-Tanuhi. The book written by this person is actually, wait. At-Tanuhi. Al-Qadi Muhassin Ibn Ali At-Tanuhi. The book was written by him, Al-Faraju Ba'da Shiddah. The opening after difficulties. The topic is actually related to the topic. Al-Faraju Ba'da Shiddah. He actually from Baghdad, Iraq. He died during 384 Hijrah. 384 Hijrah. He's nearing to the actually tabi'in after the tabi'in. After the tabi'in. Okay. So our writer said that after reading the book of At-Tanuhi, he said, I derived 3 conclusions. First, relief comes after hardship. It's been said by Allah in the Quran, فَإِنَّ مَعَ الْعُسْرِ يُسْرًا. With every difficulties there is easiness. Wait for it. But when it is, you don't know. But wait for it. This is a consistent pattern in the life of a man. As consistent as the coming and of the morning after darkness. It's consistent. After difficulties, easiness. After easiness, difficulties. It's really like that. It's a pattern that Allah Ta'ala make for us to see. Okay. Secondly, hardship is more beneficial to the soul of a man than comfort and ease. Why? Because during hardship, your mouth will say, oh Allah, oh Allah. And by the hardship, you become tougher to having any problem after that. But if you are really a spoiled person, can you imagine? A spoiled person, that everything is being given for you by spoon feeding, and suddenly you give the person some task to do. He will cry. He doesn't know what to do. So the hardship is toughen you, making you to think. But the easiness making you to become lazy. That is why he said like that. Like I said, we don't want to have difficulties. But it is something that Allah ordained for us. You cannot run away from difficulties. And it's more beneficial for you than the easiness. Because most people, during easiness, they will forget Allah. They will forget Allah. The test from Allah is two. Either difficulty or easiness. Both of it are tests from Allah. But most people will fail on the easiness, not the difficulties. On difficulties, they start to cry, ask Allah, wake up at the night. You know, the hope inside your heart become stronger. You start to read, you start to learn. Even some people came to classes. When we was in Yayasan Ta'lim, I was teaching there. Some of them came to the class when they have difficulties. It's good, but after you have learned, stay. Don't run away from the class. You know, I met somebody came to the class because broken heart because of love. And when she get a husband, she doesn't come to the class anymore. I said, when you have problem, come to the class. It's okay. It's okay. But rather than you are going to, do something else that is not beneficial for you, partying and everything to forget the difficulties is wrong. But coming to the class, being reminded, alhamdulillah. But try to, not run away. Run away. Because the easiness making you not thinking about Allah. But the difficulties will make you. Because of that, like being said by Tanoki, it's more beneficial for a man to have difficulties. But like I said, don't ask the difficulties from Allah. Don't kata, oh Allah, where's my difficulties? I don't have difficulties. Test me. No, don't ask for that. Allah Ta'ala actually never want you to ask for that. But you have to ask from Allah, easiness. Like being said by the Prophet ﷺ to say, Rabbana atina fid dunya hasanah wa fil akhirati hasanah wa qina adzaban nar. Oh Allah, give us goodness in this world, goodness in the last day, and protect us from the hellfire. That is the best dua. You don't say that, where is my difficulties? Ustaz say it's good for me, but I didn't get not even a flu. No, don't ask for anything like that. Okay? The last one, the one who brings good and drives away evil is Allah. The one that can give you goodness or drive the evilness from you is Allah. Know that whatever happened to you was decreed for you, and whatever have missed out was never meant for you. Is by the hadith that we mentioned before. Annama asabaka lam yakun liyukhti'uk. Whatever befell upon you will not miss you. Whatever miss you will not befell upon you. That is the knowledge that being taught by the Prophet ﷺ to his companion. Alhamdulillah. Okay, we stop there, inshallah. Any question? Okay. Assalamualaikum.
We mentioned today at the starting of the class about the pen, right? Writing.
Okay.
If you want to make a cross-reference to the Surah Al-Qalam, it's talking about pen, right? So what is the significance of Al-Qalam and compared to the earlier surah, the first surah, what do you call that?
The Surah Al-Qalam, Surah Nun.
Nun, yeah.
Nun, okay. The qalam that mentioned in qalam, Surah Al-Qalam, and the one that being mentioned in Surah Al-Alaq, the qalam in the Arabic words is actually general, can be any pen. Some of the scholars said it's related to the first pen that Allah Ta'ala created. The first thing that Allah Ta'ala created was a pen. You don't know how the look of the pen, but that pen being told by Allah to write everything from the first creation until the last. So the decree that we know about what happened today, what happened tomorrow, is written by that pen. But
see.
How big is the pen? Where is it now? What is it doing? We don't know.
But is there any relationship with Nabi Allah Yunus?
Yunus?
Yeah. Is there something when he was in the whale, in the fish, right?
Okay.
Is there something about him writing or something?
No. I think
What is the
I
relationship?
think the problem is the known. Some of the scholar actually wrongly say that the known is the fish that gobbles the Prophet Jonah. So the known is fish. But we know that during you recite your session of the Quran, Alif Lam Mim, Alif Lam Ra, Ha Mim, Ain Sin Qaf, Yasin, Taha, Qaf, Nun is actually we don't know the meaning. Taha, everything we don't know the meaning. Allah only know the meaning. But some of the scholars say that the fish that gobbles that Prophet Jonah was called Nun. Nun, the fish of Nun. So that's why you heard about that story. It's not like that.
Ustaz, what is the name they call for surah which starts with ayat? Oh, not ayat. What they call that?
Huruful muqatta'ah.
Muqatta'ah.
Actually, separated huruf that in the beginning of the Quran and the beginning of the surahs. Alif Lam Mim Taha Yasin, all of that. Nun, when it comes is Nun, when you recite inside the tafsir, some of them actually brought the story to relate to the story of the Prophet Jonah, because the fish was called Nun. So they relate it to that. But anyway, the qalam, wal qalami wa ma yasturun, by pen and whatever being written by the pen, is actually either the pen that the first Allah create or any pen that being used by the human. And also the thing about the Suratul Alaq, Allah Ta'ala said allama bil qalam. He taught the human by the pen. So because it's something that is actually happening right now, we are actually learning by what is written for us. Even you learn through the new technology. The coding is also be written. The coding 0110102000. The code is actually also that making whatever you read or you see is actually from 001100001. I don't remember the numbering, but that coding is also must be written. How to write the code? You must write. Then it's become a knowledge. Okay. Anybody else? Okay. Okay. Okay.
I'm not sure if the following is the hadith or not, which is اعمل لدنياك كأنك تعيش أبدا وأعمل
لآخرتك كأنك تموت غدا. It's actually a good saying, not from the hadith. It's not on the same prophet, but it's actually something that actually will help us to understand. اعمل لدنياك, work for your dunya, كأنك تعيش أبدا, as if you are living. You are living the whole year. You don't die. Work as if you are not dying. Wa'mal li akhiratika, but you have to work for your akhirah. Ka'annaka tamutu ghada, as if you are dying tomorrow. Actually, from this side, some people actually wrongly understood. Means that work for your world, hardship, work hard for your world. As if you can live all your life. Actually, the meaning is different. The meaning is when you are living, the whole life, you don't die. You should not be working too hard for your dunya, because you cannot get it today, you can get it tomorrow. You cannot get tomorrow, the next day. Because it is up for you not to feel left out from this world, because you have the opportunity, because you are living the life of this world for all your life. Ka'annaka ta'ishu abada. as you are saying, you are living for eternity. Work for your world. Some people miscorrectly understood, saying that work for your world means that be gluttonous and everything because you are living for a long time. You have to gather more. No. Because the person that been given, time, long time for him to finish something, he will do a little, because he said, the time is still, I have still time. So you don't have to, gather up everything at one time. But you have to work hard for your akhirah because you are dying tomorrow. You see, it's similar like being said in Surah Namlu. Qarun, about the Qarun. When people of the people of Moses say, they advise Qarun, in Surah Al-Qasas, Surah Al-Qasas, Surah Al-Qasas, ayah number 77. 77, decide. Inna Qarun kana in kami Musa fabagha alaihim min al-kunuzi ma inna mafatihahu. Okay, the 77. Wa batari fima ataka Allahu darul akhirah wala. Okay, that ayah 77 of Surah Al-Qasas is actually similar what being said by our brother. It is a proverb, word of wisdom. Work for your world as if you are living for eternity, but work for your akhirah as if you are dying tomorrow. From that ayah 77, Allah said, wabtaghi. This is the advice from his people to him. Wabtaghi fima ataka Allahu darul akhirah. Search, seek for with whatever Allah gave you. Seek for it with it the darul akhirah in the last day. Means everything you have, the eyes, the ear, use it together, things for the last day. But wala tansa nasibaka minad dunya. But don't you forget about your provision or your part in this world. As a father, as a brother, as a person in community, you have to do your part also in this world. You don't just go to the last. But the first one was about the akhirah. The dunya is something that you should not also forget. So like our brother said, the wisdom saying, i'mal dunyaka, work for your world, ka'annaka ta'ishu abada, as if you are living for eternity. Wa'mal li akhiratika, but also work for your akhirah, ka'annaka tamutu gada, as if you are dying tomorrow. So the big difference is, like I said, here for the world, because the time is so long for eternity, you don't have to, gather everything so fast. You take your time. But here, you have to gather so fast because you are dying. Tomorrow will die. So what should you do? So here will be hard work. That one is up. You don't get, you have tomorrow. You don't get another 5 years. You don't get another 10 years. You still have time. So that is the understanding, the real understanding of that wisdom words from the Arabs. Okay. Alhamdulillah, we stop here inshallah. May Allah Ta'ala accept our deeds of coming to the class. May Allah Ta'ala forgive all of us, our parents, and everybody related to us. Wallahu a'lam. We still have one day, one more day, inshallah, for Qurban. For anybody doing the Qurban, may Allah Ta'ala accept their sacrifice, their Qurban. May Allah Ta'ala replace whatever they spend in their Qurban. Amin. Okay, we stop here inshallah. Wallahu a'lam. Wa sallallahu ala Muhammadin wa sallam. Alhamdulillah rabbil alamin. Subhanakallahumma bihamdika asyhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.